Hello everyone. If you have been suffering from corona or you are in a quarantine period, this video will make a lot of sense for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Sudarshan and welcome to our live session. Yes, we are live and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of physiotherapy and breathing exercises when it comes to patients suffering from corona, infected from corona, or for that matter even in the quarantine period. Well, right from the time we have heard about corona, all we have come to know is how do you maintain your saturation, how do you maintain your oxygen saturation, and you will be surprised to know that your oxygen saturation can well be maintained even if you follow some very basic breathing exercises. And this is where physiotherapy or chest physiotherapy has a role to play when it comes in today's treatment. Today, as we know that we are struggling with the second wave of corona, where one of the most important complication is affecting the lungs, where we can see patients are complaining of pneumonia directly or having some severe respiratory distress issues, and the reason is that the virus is directly attacking into the lungs area and causing difficulty in breathing and causing difficulty in maintaining the saturation, leading to pneumonia, which is a further complication of respiratory distress. And getting out of this whole process just doesn't require only medicine, but it has a very important role to play, because it's like a balloon which is there in your body. Okay, let's say if you have been using that capacity all the time. Now with pneumonia, basically what happens is that a certain amount of area is actually filled with fluid instead of air. Now as you take medicines, you are actually trying to remove that fluid out of the body, but it is equally important that regular breathing is done, so that the lungs also expand a bit and utilize again that area which was actually filled with fluid. And that's where chest physiotherapy or breathing exercises plays a very important role. So today this is what I'm going to discuss with you about the importance of physiotherapy. I will also be giving you some tips on how you can do some physiotherapy exercises relevant if you are admitted or if you are in quarantine period, and how doing some regular breathing exercises even for a long period of time can be very efficient to improve your lung capacity in case you have suffered from corona. Well, you'll be very surprised to know that the total lung capacity that we have, like the breathing that we do, is just about 20 to 30% of our total lung capacity. And that is the reason, even when we actually get affected by these problems, we don't immediately realize this issue, and we never take important measures to ensure that some breathing exercises followed on a regular basis. So this is where chest physiotherapy and breathing plays a very crucial role. So talking about the exercises that we are supposed to do, chest physiotherapy is one of the most important thing that is done if you are admitted in the ICU or if you are admitted in the general ward, where a physiotherapist takes you into a different positions depending upon the kind of areas that are affected in your lungs, tries to do a lot of postural drainage so that the phlegm comes out of your lungs, and you're able to improve on your breathing capacity. I have also shown some deep breathing exercises on my YouTube channel, which I'll be sharing the link with you, and you can actually check and follow these exercises completely. A very simple and effective way of understanding if your lung capacity is working to a normal level is following the 5-second rule. So the 5-second rule says that you should take about 5 seconds to breathe in the air. Try to hold that air in your lungs for the next 5 seconds, and then very slowly breathe it out in the next 5 seconds. So let's try and do this whole process, where we'll be doing this on a 5-second way, where 5 second you breathe in, 5 second you hold that amount of air in your lungs, and you take about 5 seconds to breathe it out very slowly. So I want you to do this with me, and probably once you do this with me, you'll be able to understand and do this better. So let's try and do this. Breathe in, hold, and slowly give out. So this is how you're supposed to do this as a 15-second exercise. Take 5 seconds to breathe in the air very slowly, hold the air in your lungs for the next 5 seconds, and then even breathe out slowly. One common mistake that we normally do is while breathing out we just completely give out the air in one go. Well, that is something which you should not do. Allow that lungs to evacuate completely, allow that air to completely come out of your lungs so that you can breathe in fresh air. So that's the reason your expiration is also has to be equally slow and effective. So this is one exercise which you can definitely follow on a regular basis. Besides that, there are a lot of breathing exercises that is also available on my YouTube channel, which you can actually check and understand. Then coming to the quarantine period, well, in your quarantine period, it is not just isolation that is the only solution. Isolation definitely means you being alone in the room, but if you have a little bit of symptoms, which only means that if there is respiratory distress, it's equally important to just move around in your room and not just lie down. Well, rest is always helpful, and when I say rest, it means proper sleep. Okay, if you can sleep properly, that is the time where your body is going to recover. Okay, just lying down on the bed will not help. So it makes sense if you sleep. At the same time, once you're not sleeping, just try and keep moving around. Even a little bit of movement, like from lying down to sitting, or sitting to standing, and standing to walking a little bit, can improve your lung capacity, can challenge your breathing capacity to some extent, and eventually help you to actually improve your lung capacity. So these are the different ways in which you can actually keep moving around. Prone position is shown to be very effective. Prone position is nothing but lying down on your tummy. When you can lie down on your tummy, it really helps you to improve your lung capacity to a great extent. It starts challenging your respiratory system to an extent where you start feeling the importance of how you can breathe in air in the right way, and this is where it helps you to improve your lung capacity. So lying down on your tummy is also one of the effective ways where you can actually try and spend a lot of time. Keep moving in your isolation room if you are in a quarantine period. Normally 10 to 14 days of quarantine period is supposed to be good in case you have symptomatics or symptomatics, in case you are symptomatic, or if your RT-PCR has been positive. So a lot of issues have also come in as to what is the exact amount of time when it comes to complete recovery. Okay, so when is the right time for us to exercise? So let me tell you, approximately 2 to 6 weeks is the amount of time where you can expect a recovery for a corona patient from a severely affected corona to the mild symptoms. So 2 weeks to 6 weeks is the normally the expected time. Now you may need to know, when do you need to exercise? Well, you can actually start exercising even in the quarantine period if you're mildly symptomatic, and even if 75 minutes of exercise per week, even if you do about 75 minutes of exercise per week, that seems to be a good option. You can actually, I'm not saying per day, I'm saying per week. 75 minutes of exercise per week is the kind of expected exercise that you can actually do when you are in isolation. Gradually your body will let you know how you can improve on your energy levels. As your energy levels are improving, you will be able to exercise and get back into a normal exercise regime which you have been following on a regular basis. But yes, it is very, very important, and you have to treat exercise as a medicine. You need to understand that exercising on a regular basis will definitely give a better prognosis when it comes to your overall recovery in terms of corona. A lot of people also wanted to know if corona is airborne, or does it also affects with clothing. There are some research coming from WHO and CDC where even if it is airborne, they have not been able to see a clear transmission of the virus, which means that even if it is airborne, it will effectively, it does not infect, the virus does not infect, and being into clothing, the virus doesn't stay for more than 24 hours, because of which there are less chances of infection when it comes to clothing and things like that. Now most importantly, what kind of foods you should avoid, or what kind of foods you should normally have when you are suffering from corona, or probably when you are into a quarantine period. So basically, foods that needs to be avoided are red meat, fatty acids. Check out any sort of trans fat that you're having. Excessive butter, complete dairy products should also be avoided. You should look into more of variety when it comes to having the right kind of food, whether it is whole grain, whether it is green leafy vegetables, even if you're talking about non-vegetarian, fish and eggs are a better option compared to red meat, which should be avoided. You should completely avoid, because it contains high amount of fat, so that would not be a very that would not be suggested strongly. So these are the kind of foods that you should normally prefer during corona. Yes, you can put in your questions. We have a lot of people who have joined in, and in case you have any doubt about corona, or probably about any other issues related to your back or spine, you can put in a question. Once I finish with this, I will definitely answer all your questions. I would like to acknowledge everyone who are present here today. Hi Rukesh, Sam, EX, Himanshu, Masjud, Madhushri, Bhaiya, Abhishek, Vaga, Mrugesh Thakur, Jatin, Mudassir, M. Prasad, John, Mr. Patil, I, Ankit Solkar, Kirtan Parmar, Vijay Shah, Jinal Satra. Thank you everyone for joining in. And we were discussing about the importance of corona, what kind of exercises are effective, whether you're in a admit, whether you're in a hospital, or probably you are in a isolation period, or even you are recovering after your isolation period. So what all exercises can actually be effective when it comes to breathing, when it comes to chest PT, and when it comes to physiotherapy in terms of corona. So this is what we have discussed in this video. Talking about the precautions, it's very important that wearing a mask is very relevant. In fact, recently there has been advocacy about wearing two layers of mask, where the first layer of mask should be actually a surgical mask, followed by a cloth, followed by a mask which could be of a cloth or any other material. But yes, two layers of mask are recently advocated in CDC, and also certain papers that are released by WHO, where they are advocating two layers of mask. Besides that, avoid sharing. Keep your stuff personal. Whether you are in isolation, or whether you are also in a family, try to have your own dishes, or probably your toiletries, and all kind of your own bedding. Keep it very personal. Also isolate yourself if you are in contact, or if you have any idea about, if you could have been in contact with anyone who's suffering from who's been suffering from corona, or has been tested positive. So this is all about what kind of precautions can be taken, and how you can actually manage a lot of your respiratory issues, or your respiratory distress, through breathing exercises and through corona. Do watch out in the comment section, where I'll be posting the link for the breathing exercises, which I have already posted on my YouTube channel. You can actually go through these breathing exercises and check how you can improve on your breathing capacity. Mr. Patil has a question. My wife have joint problem in elbow of hand, it's pain a lot, suggest me some tips. Well, if it is in the elbow area, there are two options which could be the area of pain. One of them is tennis elbow, and the other is golfer's elbow. Normally housewives tend to have tennis elbow, where excessive usage of the hand, whether it comes to while cooking, or while cleaning dishes, or while handling basic house chores. You can actually see that overall overuse of the hand or the tendons can lead to this kind of problem. Icing has shown to give very good results, whether the pain is around this area in the elbow, or maybe with a little bit of swelling around this area. So this is the point where you can actually see the pain typically to be there when it comes to tennis elbow. So icing has shown to be very effective, which you can do, and a little bit of stretches, you know, which can actually improve or help you to keep improve your wrist flexor and extensors in length. So if they are in length, if they are doing right when it comes to their overall tightness, it will actually help you to recover faster. If these things still don't work, then probably you can visit a physiotherapist who can help you to do some ultrasound sessions and get relief with the pain, and also show you some stretching exercises. So this is about how you can manage the elbow pain. Trained by Hardik, doctor, my left scapula feels a little tightened, sense of burning inside. What it can be? I lift weights regularly. So this is a very common presentation that I have seen with people who are into bodybuilding, and this essentially happens when there is a mismatch in training, where you are putting too much of load on certain when you train your protractors and retractors. So at times there is an imbalance between training the retractors or the protractors. You push too much on one side. So a good thing is trying to have proper stretches when it comes to scapular issues. Also check how well are your rotators, because in bodybuilders normally the shoulder rotations, internal and external rotation of the shoulder is very, very tight, which essentially is because of the tight muscles around the shoulder and the scapula. So this works effectively on both sides, and if this tightness is present, it will definitely show up as a pinch, or it can show up as some sort of tightened area. So, and you can also look for any soft tissue tightness, which could be specifically only on a patch. It could be like a coin or something which is just in a certain patch area. So basically, when you have something like that, soft tissue mobilization by a physiotherapist, or doing some techniques in order to release that tight tissue is very, very important. But yes, good amount of scapular stretches, moving around your scapula with protraction and retraction, and ensuring that your upper spine is also equally effective, can do the job. Yes, you can visit my clinic. I can share my number here, where I will be visiting Bandra tomorrow. It is 8575600040. This is the number which you can call and check for an appointment. I have pinned the comment for anybody who wants to meet up or understand how this can be treated. You can actually call up on this number and check for an appointment. Tomorrow I am in Bandra for a session from 11 to 4 at House of Cure, and I'm available in Thane also, where I'm seeing patients on alternate day basis only. So you can actually check out for any appointments if you want to see me in Thane too. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you like this video. Do share this video with people who may be in need of this kind of information, and hope this was really effective. Please do put in your comments, and you can also come up, you can also let me know what kind of yes, definitely Shefali ice packs do help reduce elbow pain, but it is important to understand the cause. Normally in case of elbow, we normally see common reasons that we see are basically tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, which are the origins of extensor and flexor origin muscles. So these are the most common areas. But yes, if there is anything beyond that, you should get it investigated, and icing in the first stage definitely helps to reduce the pain. So thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next live session. Till then, take care, stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe. Thank you.